Can we talk
for
a minute?
Girl, I want to know your name. Well, I love that jam. I
Every
think
time I
my
see-
family is so tired of me playing that jam. And
Every-
like a Sunday when I'm just chilling,
That's
what?
the one that's on.
Yeah,
Old school,
I love it.
Old school. Manange, tell those
Guys.
Malembe guys.
Guys. Man, tell them to
Someone
bring
tell those
him.
Malembe guys.
Tevin Campbell.
Yeah.
Their guys would, it would be a blast. It would be a blast. They would have people. Guys, welcome to episode 11 of
She knows
best.
I was it. Can we talk?
Can we talk? She knows
She
best.
knows best.
It's not therapy.
But it might help.
And today we're in therapy for real, actually.
Yeah, we're actually having conversations.
We're in real therapy.
Important conversations.
Yeah, very important conversations.
Yeah.
And to help us today is
Can
we talk? Shout out to the team at Can We Talk for collabing with us on this episode. It's going to be a really chill episode.
Yeah.
It's episode 11, so we decided to switch things up a little bit. And we are happy to be doing this with
Can We Talk?
Follow them on socials.
Everywhere. Follow there at Can We Talk? I think, it's at Can We Talk. But we'll tag them, of course. And also go to their events, support them. It's a female Ugandan owned business. So, guys.
Shout out to
Belinda.
Yeah. Her name's Belinda. Yeah. Follow her. Follow Can We Talk? Conversations worth having. Maybe we'll see how to squeeze in
a few more of this in future episodes.
Yeah, or at our event.
Yes.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned for the details coming to you soon.
Yes.
Yeah. So, super excited to be having this. This is which deck again? Finding Home
Finding
Edition.
Home. Let me first tell you, I was looking for the Friendship Edition. I begged and begged for the Friendship Edition. But apparently the Friendship Edition is the Finding Home Edition is the Friendship Edition.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for something to discuss with your friends, to make friends and whatever, Finding Home Edition is the one that you need. Mm-hmm. But they have so many other editions. They have for you and your parents. They have one talking about sex. They have one talking about, is it religion? Am I mistaken? I believe there's one talking about
intergenerational.
There's intergenerational one.
Yeah.
There's a workplace one. There's so many ones. So just go to their pages and see which one works for you.
Yep. So we're super excited to do this. But before we get into this, our usual check-in. Okay, like check-ins. Is that what we're doing?
Yes. I think check-in is the same. There's not much that has changed. Work is getting crazier. Again, we're getting into that last quarter that is just a bit really crazy for me. So I think it's really mostly work, and I've also been trying really, really hard to prioritize and put in a bit of family time. Mm-hmm. So if you follow me on my socials, you'll notice that I've just been trying to spoil my nephews and nieces.
You're deep in your auntie
I really am. I think when we talked about it the last time on one of the first episodes, I thought about it and I was like, I need to be intentional. And I know that it's not easy, but I was like, you know what, let me try. And that's what I've been up to.
You're deep in the auntie era. It's so
really
cute.
It's
the last time
when
you guys were doing body pedi.
Yeah, I was having mani pedis with the girls. Did like movies and stuff with one of my other nephews, then go-karting with my other nephews. So there's always something which I'm really, really, really happy to be able to do. So I think that's my check-in. That's really been me. Mostly. You? What's up? What's happening?
Man, still in that middle place. I think I'm super tired right now, but we keep moving. I think for me, like my check-in isn't really about like, something exciting going on, but like I was watching this podcast. I live for podcasts. I'm always telling you and Felix, me, I'm in podcast land daily.
Bruh.
So I was watching, there's this channel that I love on YouTube called Big Think. So it kind of breaks down complicated or complex topics. And what they do is they have an expert, like a researcher or an academic or whatever, sit and explain that topic in the simplest terms possible, like either in like 1 hour videos, but then they have like shorter ones, like 9 minutes. So I was watching this episode, and it was called about the evolution of laziness and understanding laziness. And it really, like, breaking down the idea of laziness is not something that you would think is important, right? It's important to understand laziness, where it comes from, like, and that's the premise of the channel, like topics that you wouldn't think are important to understand. So like that episode was talking about it started like by breaking down why people are lazy to do exercise, and then this guy was saying, but like genetically and biologically, like human evolution, we were not made to do exercise, like intense exercise. That's not how our bodies evolved. So like for me, that got me thinking, like and so he was talking about this study that they did in Kenya on understanding laziness. And they had this whole thing about, how as human beings, we are not made to hike because naturally our bodies, like in some parts of the world, that's already like work. Does that make sense? So when people say like, me, I don't want to go hiking, or I'm not a runner, it's because like, especially like for us as Africans, we've had to survive. That's seen as a survival thing. It's not seen as
like something
like a
leisure.
hobby. So it makes sense why certain people are not interested in like doing exercise, because if you live in certain places, you walk to survive.
It's not
it's not like a luxury.
Just because you want.
And I was telling, so my friends back in Europe, I have this conversation all the time with them, because we have our friend group, and like some weekends people want to go hiking or like camping, and I keep telling them like, that's not my jam, because like where I come from, like that's seen as like survival. So like our bodies haven't adapted or evolved. Like my body hasn't adapted or evolved to look at that as like a leisure activity, because like every day of our lives, like you're trying to survive in some way. So like for us, luxury and rest is like,
actually rest is luxury.
Rest is luxury, right? Like the opportunity to do an activity
and do nothing
and sit by a pool and chill and drink some mojitos and margarita. That's rest. It's not
like laziness is a luxury. So we need to think it. That's so funny, because I saw a TikTok the other day of someone was saying, you know how like someone will text you and be like, oh, what are you doing? And you'll be like, nothing. And then the person is like, oh yeah, so let's do this, and you're like, no, you didn't get me right. I'm doing nothing. I planned to do nothing. It is very intentional that I'm doing nothing. I'm not doing nothing because there is nothing to do. No. I planned. I put it in a schedule that at this moment in time, I'm will not be doing anything.
Nothing. So like it really got me thinking. Like so like it's so funny that but also it made me think about something that how we breed like curiosity, like understanding something as small as that makes us more empathetic of other people. Like where this person comes from, like, for them, exercise is seen differently, or rest and leisure time is seen differently. So it makes us like more aware of the people around us and like more empathetic towards them. Because sometimes for example, this whole exercise thing, we are in the habit of telling people, you're so lazy, you don't want to work out. No. Do you know we are not evolved? Number one, we are, as human beings, that's not like in our evolution. We were not made to exercise in that way, right? Number one. So when you tell people you're so lazy for not working out, you're not fully understanding that their humanity and their human experience. Number one, but also different people. Yes, exercise is important because of health and moving your body, whatever. But it's important to also understand what that person's interests, right? Because someone may love going to the gym, and another person gets their exercise fix from playing tennis. It's all still valid. The one who goes to
walking. No one's movement is better than the other. That's so funny. There's this I don't know if you've ever gone to Dairy Center on those like the Sunday performances. So there's this old man, and I feel like he's been telling this story for like years. So he has this story that he tells about this fisherman who he fish. I feel like I'm going to tell the story so badly, but that's really the essence of it, of understanding other people and how they do their things. So it's this fisherman who wakes up in the morning, he goes, he'll fish, and then the rest of the day, I think he's like he's under a tree and he's chilling, he's doing whatever he needs to do. Then maybe he'll fish again in the evening, and then he'll go home. So I think the story says, is it a colonialist or a white person comes and is like, you're so lazy, why are you not fishing? Like, you've spent the whole day under the tree. And him is like, but I got today's food already, so what do you need? Like, what else do you need from me? You get, so it's like, you might be a person who's like, oh, I need to be busy, but the guy's like, yo, what I needed to do, I did. Yeah, like I've reached my goal for the day. I finished my goal for the day. That's it. You get. So I think that's again another thing is we've been really, and I think I was even talking about it with my sisters the other day, and we're saying how capitalism and the patriarchy has convinced us that we need to be productive. Oh, we're talking about, I think that the myth of apparently, we use like only 20% of our brains. And I was saying, I think I read or I saw somewhere that it's a myth. It's a myth, yeah. So I was like, I think it's a myth. And I was like, why would they say that? I'm like, because they want us to continue working and continue. Hyper-productivity. Hyper-productivity, to feel like you're not doing enough. So you keep doing to supply capitalism, and you get to feed the machine, so they need you to continue to think you haven't done enough. And I think about it, I was like, oh my god, that's so crazy. It's true. Anyway, but we're constantly like that culture of hyper-productivity. We're constantly feeding that machine of like capitalism. And you're right, it's not true that we only use 20% of our I was like, I'm pretty sure that one I actually read somewhere. It wasn't a TikTok. That's why we keep saying as Black women now, like rest is actually a form of resistance to like the systems of oppression and whatever. Because as Black women, and I keep telling one friend of mine, and he knows himself, he listens to and watches every podcast, and I keep telling him, as Black women, like in the rankings in the world, we're at the bottom of the totem pole, and yet as Black women we are when you're at the bottom of the totem pole in society, basically you're seen as the slave. That's why as Black women, historically, even today, we are the ones meant to supply that engine of that machine of capitalism with labor. That's why there's so many expectations on us, even in times of like slavery and all of that. Who was always the mommy? It's the Black woman. You're the one taking care of people's children. You're the one breastfeeding the people's children, but you're also going back home to take care of your household at home. Everywhere. Which is even now, to be fair. Even now, as Black women, you're the one expected to supply the most amount of labor in any setting. Right? So as Black women, that's why we keep saying like rest is a form of resistance now. Because no one allows you or expects you to rest. You're always in service to others. In some shape, way, or form. You're always expected to be in service to someone. So living a life that is a representation of that, I'm choosing to rest, and I'm choosing a certain lifestyle of ease, of leisure, of luxury. It's seen as who do you think you are? But that's exactly what we should be doing, like resisting and saying, I'm choosing a life that works for me, where I rest, I enjoy life, I work when I need to work and how much I need to work, as opposed to what I've been told by other people. So, or what is expected of me, like how much you expect me to work, or how much you need me to work. Anyway, guys, rest, guys. It's okay to be lazy, have your lazy days, whatever. If you just don't work, like, don't feel guilty from not doing anything. I keep saying I believe in a good bed rotting day. Like, please. Nothing like a good bed rotting day. Please. Okay. Anyway, so we're going to go through the cards. I think we're going to discuss them. I think it's going to be you ask me a question. Anyway, we'll see. It will be, we might both discuss the question, or someone might just answer. We go to the next one. We'll see how it goes until they kick us out of the studio. Until Kayla tells us to wrap up, guys. All right. Okay. I have this one is interesting. My first one. So the first one says, what was your first impression of me? Hey, first impression of you. No, let me tell you what happened. When the first time I met Afsa, me and Afsa met in school. We met at school. When we were just starting our A-levels, right? So when Afsa and her sister Adia, shout out, we love you. We love you. When they had just joined the school, first of all, they came like a few weeks late to school. Like 2 weeks late. And then everyone was talking about these cool girls. Guys, I said, guys, who are these cool chicks?
everyone was talking about them. Like, do you know these guys who have just joined the school? Like, guys. Anyway, eventually, as luck would have it, life found us sitting next to each other. And that was
the end. The beginning and the end.
And the end of it all. I was just like, I think exactly what you said. Like, I was like, this chick is so opinionated like me. Like, we see life in the same way.
Yeah.
For us, we believe in rebellion. We don't believe in conformity. Like, conformity was out for us. So I was just like, this chick is my jam. Like, she's my... Yeah. I'm seeing it. And like, until we left that school, until you left the school, we would sit together. I think the teachers were just tired.
They were tired.
For us, you guys are the ones who have a dissenting opinion.
Every time there was a discussion, you're the one who had you on the opposite side of the entire class.
Exactly. So so for me it was immediate. I think
my impression is pretty much the same. I think because now, like me, and this is also like a privilege I think that we've always had, is when we moved here, my mom made sure that we were in the same class. Me and my sister were always in the same class, you know, because you needed that support, because I mean, you couldn't speak the language or all those things, culture shock. So I think coming into the class, when we always used to come into school or classes together, it was just like, who are those girls? And I think when we sat down, because we had a cousin who was already in you, who you already knew because he had come from Taiba with you. So I think now he's the one who pointed out who you need to know. So me, I had already recognized. I think it was you and Steffi. First of all, Steffi. We entered, and the first thing this chick asked him, he was like, "I was Somali, before." Somali.
Oh my god.
So my cousin's like, what?
Yeah.
He's like, no, those girls are not Somalis. He's like, sure, those are Somalis, look at them. So he's like, no, those are my cousins. Like, get dating now, stop telling yourself on people. But he's the first person we greeted when we entered. So now he started showing us, like, oh, those are that's cool people. She's cool people like that. So already we had already, scouted the area. So even when we were sitting next to each other, and then now we started having this discussion, I was like, she's pretty and she's also really cool. I was like, okay, we're going to vibe, we're going to be cool.
Yeah. And it's been that way since.
We are here. Yeah, here we are since
many years later.
Very many years later.
In front of the cameras.
Still having those opinions.
Still having those opinions. People want to beat us, but you'll be fine. Which people, living or dead, have influenced your life the most?
Oh my God. That's a crazy question. Let me see. I think dead would be, I think my mom. I think she's like, you know that thing where you always I'm always moving in a way of how would they be proud? You get it? So I'm always moving in a way of would they be proud? Would they if they were here now, would it be oh my God, that's my child, that's my daughter, that's this. So I think that has definitely influenced the way that I move. But even alive, it's also it's a lot on my family, my siblings, but also my nephews and nieces. It's so if it feels so good for them to be able to brag about me and the things that I do and stuff like that. My little niece is convinced I'm a princess. She's like, Auntie Afsa is a princess. She's like, she always has makeup. She always she's always this. When I have new hair, she'd be like, oh my God, your hair, things like that.
You're really
to
giving
her,
the cool
you
auntie.
get. And for me, that's what that. Those are the people that I move. Those are the people that are going. If anyone is going to influence the way that I move, it's going to be them. I need for my sisters, my brothers to be that's my sister, and you can be proud of it.
Yeah.
So I think for me that's really it, honestly. Everyone else, man, if you're not putting money in my pocket, if you're not putting food on my table, bruh,
thanks,
it's really, really none of my business.
Yeah. I think for me it's the same as well. My family, I keep saying my mom, I don't have role models in life, and I keep saying this. I don't like the idea of external role models. But I keep saying these are the people that inspire me. But in terms of actual role models, my mom is my role model because of she's taught me certain things that make the person that I am today. Being resilient about life and whatever it throws at you. How do you take it and say, Like, man, these lemons, they will become lemonade whether they want or they don't want. And they can even become orange juice if I add the correct amount of sugar, right? And like, that's what I've seen with my mom. And, that's resilience and being tenacious. Like, you have to chase that thing, that goal. Whether, guys, my mom, I wish I could even be half the person she is. She wakes up, man, I've never seen someone so diligent about life. My mom, even on a holiday, the wake up time is the same. The way she shows up in the world for people is the same. The way she shows up for her work is the same. Like, guy,
like
I've never
consistency. You can always rely on her.
Yeah, you know that this is someone I can always rely on. And like, for me, and you don't see, and I think you don't recognize these traits until you're much older.
Yeah.
So for me, like, she's my role model, and like, she's influenced who I am, especially now in this season, and who I want to keep showing up in life as. And I ask myself, like, on my bad days, I ask myself, what would mommy do? And then I try and step into that. So I'm just like, let me step into it. We call her, me and my daughter, we call her our ninja. Like, our ninjas. And I'm like, how would my ninja show up today? And I'm like, okay, let me step into that.
That's so cool.
Yeah. But also, my dad really influenced a lot of who I am. I can't believe I'm talking about him in past tense. I know. Because it's so fresh. And I'm like, man, every time right now when I experience something or I'm trying to do something, I'm like, what would my G think? Like, how would daddy feel? How would he feel about this now? Like, my dad has had such a massive influence on my life. You know this, Afsa. Yeah. Like, 100%. My interest in things like politics and global affairs was shaped like by my dad. Yeah. But also his way of relating with people. Yeah. My dad was a vibe.
He was. That one, I can attest to that.
Yeah. And like I carried that charisma. I learned that, charisma and like connecting with people from him, because I think that's something that I do quite easily. So he's influenced me in that ways, but also like from a career perspective, he was, I think, very strategic about the things that he was interested in, and that guides me as well sometimes. So like, those are the people that have influenced me like the most. But also I have like a few others, and still most of them are family. Yeah. Like, like my auntie, my second mother. Yeah. Like that chick.
Yeah. I feel like that's who should be like, okay, not should be, but like, it makes sense for those to be your role models. Because, for the longest time I used to feel so, I don't know if it's inadequate or guilty or whatever, that I didn't have any outside role models. Like I didn't have any like woman or like big person or like celebrity or business person that I was like, oh, like I would want to be like that person, or that person inspires me. Yeah. I don't think like for the longest time it was like, oh my God, like I don't have that person, maybe I should figure it out. Especially, like the whole there was this whole mentorship thing that was going around where, you have to have a mentor to do this. And it's like, there is no one that I see and I'm like, that is the person I want to learn from. Yeah. And it was so difficult for me because I was like, is it me? Am I the problem?
No.
You get. But then of course now, like I said, when I clocked 30, all of those things just whoop. Because I'm like, no, like I can forge a path of my own. You get, and and that's fine also. Yeah. You don't have to. I think it's also like, it's just amazing that you've like the people close to us are so important, and it's not even in a way of like seeking validation, but it's like they've moved so well in life that you're like, I would like to replicate that, which is great.
And there's a bit, and I keep saying that that's the thing that that's why I don't like the conversation, or the conversation of mentors was abused and role models was abused, and that's why I keep saying I draw inspiration from certain people, especially outside people, because there's only a limited amount of information I have about them, their life experience, they and what they've chosen to put out there in the public domain. So I can't take that idea of like that, of I can't take their life and say they are my role model, because there's only so much I have limited information about them. But like people in my family, I know the journey that we've all walked together collectively as a family. I know them very closely, so I can say this person is actually my role model. Like my auntie has been in my life from day one, and I've seen her career progression, and I've seen what she has done,
that's something I would
the
like
success
to emulate,
and I'm like, like that's someone who I want to continue mentoring me in that, in just life, and how to live that life. Another one that I have is my big brother. I have that big brother of mine, but also my late big sister, and like their success, even by the time my sister had died, she was super successful in her field. So like that's someone I keep also thinking about that. Like I keep saying, the other day I saw a picture of her because like it was her birthday, like last week or whatever, and I kept looking at pictures of her, and I'm like, if she was alive, man, she would really love the version of who I'm becoming. Yeah. And I kept thinking, I'm like, if she was here, she would really love this version of me. Like, we were already like super, super, super close from the time I was a baby. But like now, like my current growth and the journey I'm on, she would be like super, super proud of me. And then also like my big brother, Edward, is someone I really look up to. Like, and many times I go through life and I'm like, his opinion really matters even when we clash. I mean, which is typical for family stuff.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
But if it was like an external person living, there's one woman I really look up to, is Winnie Byanyima.
I'm actually not surprised at all. Yeah, that's what I know.
I love her so much.
Surprised.
I love her so much, and I think maybe I've expressed it to her because I ran into her like at different global events, and she's always the nicest person, and she says, "Navakoza, how are you?"
I love that. Navakoza.
Yeah, she keeps calling me.
Your whole clan name.
I know. She keeps saying like Navakoza because of Navakoza Kakoza, and then she keeps telling me, but hey, your dad must have loved you so much to give you his name and like and your name. No, she's so amazing.
That's great.
I look up to her the career that she's built and the life that she like from what we see from the, like in the public space, like the life that she has built for herself and her family, regardless of what life throws at her and what the opinions people have about, you know, her and her family. I think she's one of the leaders that lives so authentically and is not afraid to show up as this authentic person. So I love her. Her career, it's my career has grown into the same field or that she's in. So
that's so great. That's actually really cool. By the way, I can actually see that like correlation with you and her. So it's lovely. I love that for you. So, but Kayla, this question, gosh. What was your first heartbreak like?
Damn it.
What?
First heartbreak in Chabi Jukida. In this Kampala that we've passed through. In this Kampala that we've passed through. How many
have you? Liz.
Hey, God.
Tugambe, you first tell us.
My first heartbreak. Sisobola binyo mako camera abantu bayinza people will collect their subs, the shoes will start fitting people. My first heartbreak. First heartbreak as in romantic heartbreak.
Yeah, which other one would you
heartbreak me is okubera more loss of loved ones.
You know, please answer the question.
My first heartbreak. I had this boyfriend when I was very young. When I was very, very young. When I was just starting high school, Bambi. This guy, he was a family friend of ours. He even passed away recently. God rest his soul. He was a family friend of ours. So we started Kwekwanari. I was like 14 or 13. Anyway, I don't remember. Then when we had started vibing each other, he moved away. He moved to another country. That was my first heartbreak.
Kala tulimbia. But okay.
I don't want to say his name on camera because
Bambi, don't say that name. Name. Wanangi. When you say what was it like? What is the question? But anyway, it was hard. It was pretty hard.
So you ever had a deep heartbreak like that?
I think of course you know just because now we can't say the things here. But I think it was probably the only one. But it was, I think, someone that we were friends with for a very long time. But I think it also, I think why it became that is because there was never that chance for it to become more. So it was, and if you know my story, you know the commitment issues that I have. So it was, I think that was it. I think that the part that hurt the most is the fact that like it was over before it started.
Yeah.
Do you get?
Yeah.
So I think that's the part that guys are laughing at us. Guys, you guys have bad manners. But okay, anyway, but you know what?
I mean,
even you want to hear your heartbreaks. I know.
Because we are trying not to expose people.
Us to be exposing
we
people.
don't want to expose people. Some of these people watch this podcast.
Not to expose, but tell us the tea.
Guys, leave me alone. People start also putting things together. And they're like, this
and
is
then
the
they'll
one.
expose Senga acid will come for us. Hey,
Anyway, it was the fact that it ended before it started, like before it could actually be something.
Yeah, turn into something
something real.
Yeah.
It was real, but it just wasn't. No, it was real.
But it wasn't real enough to be.
Yes, but anyway,
I know those things. We've all been there, like in those talking stages where it's becoming real, but then it's not becoming real.
Yes,
but then then you don't know what to do. Then you're confused,
and then you're confused. You're like,
then you
back and forth.
Then you act a fool. Then you
exactly.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I think that was the first, honestly, and only one. I think I was like in my mid-20s. I think I was like, this is the ghetto.
I want no parts.
I want no parts of this again. Yeah.
I know.
So that was it.
Anyway, I haven't answered that question well.
Kayla wants to leave us alone. Kayla, leave us alone.
Leave us alone.
Please,
we don't want to expose all our things on the podcast. Can we? Yeah.
Please.
Even this one is
even that one. Is can we talk?
So you know I'm laughing because in my world.
But you see, that's the thing. That's the thing. People keep thinking, you guys, I'm a lover girl inside. I am telling you.
Oh, no, man, by the
way, if you see me with the people that I love, you guys, I love so much.
But
which is the problem.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I have the potential too, so that's why I keep away from them because
that's
I know.
What I was about to say.
Yeah, because
people
I know
who love hard. When they realize that thing about themselves, they learn how to protect themselves.
Yeah.
Because the people can take a piss, take the piss with them.
It's very, very scary to be there and you're just there moving in this Kampala. Please.
Yeah.
I am not ready for those tears.
Because
so I protect myself so
premium. Premium version.
You get premium version of tears. Leave me.
Yeah.
Leave me. You get, they're just there showing you.
Yeah.
That can never be my portion.
But Kayla must have arranged these bookends for us to spill our tea. She
Even
must
that
have,
one.
even this one. Describe the first time you ever fell in love.
No, that was supposed to be down.
Okay,
let's find you answer. You ask this one because now Kayla actually
she wants to know our things. But spicy, you want us to expose ourselves. What is something you think everyone should do at least once in their lives?
Let me see.
That's a tricky one.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, but it's a good one. It's a good one. I think travel. I think traveling to a place where the culture is completely different,
yeah.
like 100% completely different. Not travel with, like, maybe like if you're Ugandan, not travel to Rwanda, Kenya, where the culture could be the same. I think it should be something completely different, like entire culture shock. That's one of the most eye-opening experiences. If anyone has the privilege of experiencing that, that's it. That's amazing. It's amazing. It's such an amazing experience to just see the way people do things, the way people move, the way people talk, the way things that are important to people, things that are not important to them, things like that. So I think, that's the thing for me, is if you can get out of your comfort zone and move, or even actually the other thing is move away from a comfort zone, even if it's Kampala and you move to another place by yourself. I think that's also one of the things that we should at least do once.
Yeah, because it makes you challenge yourself in ways that, I agree with you. Travel is like where is that, like the most random place you've traveled to, like unexpected?
I think Azerbaijan.
I know that was like
that was a weird country to go
to Azerbaijan.
I mean, like, first of all, I mean, I've told you that story how, like, when I kept hearing Azerbaijan, in my head it was registering as Abidjan. So I was so confused when they were telling me it's in Europe. I'm like, that country is not in Europe. I'm like, that city is not in Europe. But like, and that's the thing, because it's a country that is so random.
Yeah.
Such a random country. But I spent maybe like 12 days there.
Yeah.
And the culture shock was crazy. Also the other thing, I don't know if it's a fetish or whatever, like I think I told you this, I was like, I've never been told I'm beautiful so many times as the times when I am outside of Africa.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
it is so weird. But anyway, but Azerbaijan, like, but the culture was different. But it's so weird because the food was almost the same. Like I was telling my sisters, I was like, the food that I was eating, like the rice and chicken, the way that they fry their food is the same way that I would fry the food at home. But the language they speak is mixed with like Arabic and French and like 3 other languages. The people, you could tell most people had never seen black people before, but it was uncomfortable, but it wasn't in, let me touch you.
Like a super creepy
like
way.
a super creepy way. It was a bit like, that's interesting. And then others would be like, oh my God, like you are a beautiful person. You get it? But I think that's one of the cultures where I was like, wow.
Yeah.
This is completely different from what we're used to back home.
Yeah. No, travel, super important. Like, I like the way, like how especially it's like you said, a place that's unexpected or random. It really gets you to open your mind.
Yeah, 100%.
To other people, different cultures, different people, how they live.
Yeah.
And I feel like things like that, like I keep saying, like that curiosity breeds empathy and understanding of different people and different cultures. Why certain people do certain things the way they do them is like such an important thing for me to learn when I travel. And it's for me, it's given me like so many friendships. Like I have friends
Liz has friends from like
random
in the
countries.
most random places. But me, I'm making use of that fact that she has friends in the most random countries. Even I just be there collecting Liz's friends. I'm like, please put me in touch with this one.
By the way, accept the request I sent for that connect. Yeah. So and that's the thing. That's what we were saying about the empathy of like you need to be able to recognize and see the way that people move in the world. Yeah. To be able to empathize with them. Yeah. Again. And also maybe now that you said that, maybe men should travel more. Should help them. But because if you can't empathize with the women at home, maybe you can empathize if you see other cultures and the way that they move. Men move like this. Already they are men. So like already move in the world with like tunnel vision.
Guys, I tried.
Like move like this with tunnel vision. So they don't understand anything else if it's not about other men, because they already have that privilege in the world.
Yes, but you see, what I'm saying is now if they go, let me say like if a Ugandan man went to like Azerbaijan and they go to see how that they are forced now to experience other people and the way that they live differently from them, because again what you said, like it opens up your mind. So maybe in that opening up your mind, you can be able, like when you have a conversation now with a woman back home and they're trying to explain to you how their experience is different, you'll be able to understand a little bit, because you're like, okay, I went to this country and their experience was completely different from me. You get, they were all men, they were this, they were that, but their experience and the way that they live their life and the way that they move was completely different from the way that I do it. Or even you go there and you're the only black guy and now you're like in the second tier, you're not in the first tier. Maybe there you might open your mind. Guys, I'm trying.
I keep saying there's a reason. Women have more empathy because of where they are placed in the world.
Yes.
For you, when you're a black woman, you're trying to understand other people around you.
Because you have to.
In that situation, a man wants to join the white ones.
Oh, he wants to join the.
Do you understand? So for him, he's thinking of how do I get there?
How do I attach myself to that guy?
If you're a black man, they're looking about at attaching themselves to whiteness or the other privileged
whatever power thing is there.
The other privileged tier in society. But for you, because you can never reach there as a black woman.
Like, come on,
do you understand? No, me, I don't give men that much credit. I don't give. I
tried, guys. I tried. It can't.
No, but we know it's good to accept the things in life, and then
yeah. What is it? Me or you? You're the one who asked that.
Yeah. What?
Okay. What do you wish you could experience for the first time again?
What do I wish I could? I want to answer something, but my mom watches the podcast.
We are grown women, Liz.
What do I wish I could experience again for Kaida Bunobwaya?
These are with things she wants.
Yeah, Shonda Rhymes who have chat for What do I wish I could experience again for the first time?
We'll block.
What do I wish I could experience again for the first time? Maybe traveling again for the first time.
Please.
No?
She is so disappointed in your answer. Tell us.
Guys, my mom watches the podcast.
Your mom she knows you're a grown woman. You have a child.
I don't
There's
want
nothing that will surprise her.
to scandalize my relatives.
Or in a teenage daughter to again of surprise. You have a teenage daughter friend.
She'll be like, her friends watch the podcast. She already told her friends, my mom has a dope podcast. You want me to just be there opening my mouth? For you, what do you wish you could experience for the first time again?
I'm trying to see. I'm trying to think about it. Experience for the first time. I honestly can't think of anything where I'm like, I wish I would experience this for the first time. I can't think of anything, to be honest.
Okay. I wish I could experience falling in love again for the first time. Because
now at your age,
at my
where
age,
you understand it.
Because now the problem with where I've reached in life is before you fall in love with a person, you're first so jaded and protective.
Yeah,
you're like have your guard up, like
you just want to fall in love without all the cautions of like be careful, just freely and just like in love.
But now like when you start a relationship or you're falling for someone, you're already looking every step is calculated. You're looking for red flags, then you're waiting for the person to do something wrong so that you can tap out quickly. So you don't.
Red flag. He did this. Is it a red flag?
You're asking Chatty. You're asking your therapist. You're asking Chat GPT. Like, is this okay?
Yeah, like,
I'm asking. Okay? I'm waiting for her to say red flag. I'm like, I knew.
And if she says red flag, you'll go back.
Yeah,
so that feeling of falling in love with like careless abandon reckless abandon. So I really miss that. Like just experiencing that falling in love in its entirety, like the butterflies that will even with these days when you start smiling in the phone, you're just like
you start smiling in the phone, you just throw it away. You're like
you don't reply. Even the way we chat these days, it's not like those days when we were young where you text all day,
all night.
But these days you have to show had guy.
Those days you'd reply immediately. You're in the middle of the night till 3
now. You even count hours and say kamwemu like 4 hours. Then I'll survival. For the most nonchalant, you can't just be chalanting anyhow. So I kind of miss that.
Yeah. I think that's a good one for sure. I honestly can't think of an experience that has been like so amazing that I'm like, I want that for the first time again. But the one that you've given, that one of just moving in the world so free and so innocent. That's, I think, something that definitely I would like want to experience again. I don't know, maybe there's like series that I would want to experience again for the first time. I really cannot think, but this just shows you how right? I think that's valid, but this also just shows you how uninteresting my life is.
It's not that it's uninteresting.
It's it's not uninteresting, but anyway,
it's interesting in its own ways.
Yeah, of course. I just can't explain it, but I think I just can't think of that one particular one. But I think the one that you've given is really good. Like I would want to jump on that bandwagon again. Like, man, just move in the world with no fear, with no hate in your heart, because there's so much hate in my heart.
Yeah. No, another one. No, it's not hate. It's just caution.
That's okay. I mean, there is hate for that gender, but like I just want to live like in a world where like carefree, and I don't. Like you're not even considerate of them, or not even it's not even that it's considerate. It's just you're not worried about now how are they going to move again? How are they going to do this? Remember, anyway, that would be a nice experience to have for the first time again. And if anyone can experience it, please do. Like enjoy it. I think that's why I also keep telling my nephews and my nieces is enjoy this time because
for the first time,
for the first time,
because the way life will throw curveballs at you and you just man.
No, you just become a you've become now like a strategic director in your life. Just your strategy, this, that, just like this, moving with strategy. But you'll be tired.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I would actually want to experience for the first time, like with no thingy, is a Wizkid concert. I remember the one that I did. I was working, and I think I got to experience it like midway. That's when like I always go to like just calm down and watch it. But if I could have that again, like just as a Revela, just that, I think that would be great. And then also then Mikasa as well and Liquid Deep.
I enjoyed those ones because I was like, Afsa has done the thing for me.
Yeah. Those ones. So if I could experience those those 3 concerts, like just again for the first time, but without being the one that's working, that would be great.
That would be great. Yeah.
This is a good one. Where do you think we will each be 10 years from now?
You know me, I have big dreams.
Please give us the big dreams. Let's manifest them.
So where I think you'll be 10 years from now?
Yeah, but both of us.
I think 10 years from now, Afsa. The thing is, Afsa is doing the things already. I'm just like, honestly, 10 years from now, I think you'll still be doing what you're doing, but like at a much bigger scale. Like at a much bigger scale, because you're already not a small fish right now. You're not small fry. She's not small fry, right? Everyone knows who Afsa is. She doesn't need to be in your faces every day. But if you know, you know. The people who matter know.
I feel like later she'll be chilling.
That's what I think.
Now, right?
That's what I think, and I wanted to say that. But if you see, if she's doing it at a much bigger scale, it means she'll have a team in place. Yeah. She'll just be sipping mocktails. Yeah. We'll just be sipping mocktails somewhere else. She's
somewhere in Saint-Tropez.
Because that's already her life now. I keep saying Afsa is always on the phone. Yeah. Afsa has a guy for everything. They tell her the lights for the stage are not working. Like, says pause. Twala ya matala Oba she's there, Oba she's not there. The things move. Yeah. Like things continue moving. So for me, it's like I think you'll be doing like the same thing, but like at a much bigger scale with a much bigger team. I think you'll have scaled your businesses to like regionally or across the continent, because that's what you're priming yourself for already. Like my friend, you're already going to do work in Azerbaijan, or Brazil, right? So
that's the goal, baby. So
I'm thinking like that's what I think is like all these businesses that you're a part of will have scaled to that level along with you, and that's what I think you'll be doing. I think you'll be deep in your auntie era.
Oh, that one, by the way.
Rich auntie.
Now it'll be like rich auntie. So I'll be
Auntie Afsa. You should hear at my home. Auntie Afsa. Auntie Afsa. Yeah.
Guys, that is the goal. That is the goal. Now, if you're judging me on achievements, go and ask those children. If they tell you they're disappointed,
Auntie
just
Afsa is
done
the
nothing.
whole one.
Just have done nothing with my life. If those children tell you they're disappointed, then what am I doing? Man. But if they are telling you, Auntie Afsa, please.
Auntie Afsa is the one they call when they call programs. Now, like the other one who wanted to pierce. Even mine wanted to pierce the ears.
Exactly.
She said Auntie Afsa has to take me.
Yeah, because
the other nieces wanted to pierce. They said Auntie Afsa is the one who has to
tell her we need to go and pierce ears.
So that's Auntie Afsa.
Yeah.
So she'll be deep in her auntie era. Love, I don't know yet. She needs to let her guard down. But two it is Sarah. Even
inshallah, you never know.
Even you guys join us in the prayers. Along with the family, we are all
looking for a man in finance. 6'5".
Trust fund. Blue eyes.
No blue eyes, please. No blue eyes.
If you got let me tell you, let me give you the specs. If you know someone like in Senegal, French speaking, but if you have to send, yeah, like
but
they can be twins.
First, priority.
Yeah, if you have one, we can give her priority. Outstase like a Senegalese, tall, dark, handsome. The abs must be abbing, the skin must be.
Liz, can you leave me alone?
Look, guys, you know the thing. You know the thing. You've understood what we are going for. Makayla, you've understood what we are going for. Yeah. Tall, dark, handsome, white teeth.
It hasn't become hot in the studio.
Anyway, you get the vibe. Have I lied and those are the vibes?
No, those are the vibes. Yeah. Those are the real vibes. Mm-hmm. Anyways, so let me see.
But did I miss the mark?
No, you were right. You're spot on. That's actually where I really want to be in 10 years. And then for you, of course, I also think it's, first of all, I think you'll just be making policies and whatever's all over the world, just advocating for health policies, mental health policies. Mind Lab will be I mean, moving probably with like, I don't know how many locations for rehab centers around, but I think mostly I just see you just working, is it intercontinental? Is that the word? Like between continents, like just working between continents, sitting on all kinds of boards to be able to make these decisions. Then also like just lobbying for policies and stuff like that around the world. You know, speaking for Uganda, representing Uganda. Hopefully we are not disappointing you in those rooms and you want to run away. And we've become a sensible country at that point. Guys, not when they say Uganda, you want to do like
man, Uganda, I be wanting to enter the table, under the table.
But yeah, but like for me, that's what I see you doing in 10 years. It's just like intercontinental work, making change at like a much, much bigger level. And then for love also, man, we'll see. Honestly, that one we don't know. I can't even think it. I am praying, we are praying, and we are hoping for it. Maybe like a second, like two more nieces, nephews. I'm not opposed to that. I'm still good. Like I'm not opposed to that. So I think in 10 years that's where I see you happening. But also us vacationing for like 6 months out of the year. Oh, and also she knows best, man. Maybe we'll still be on air, hopefully. Yeah. Most likely. I would want for that. Oh my God, if that was true, that would be so cool.
Kayla has said cool. We must.
Yeah, Kayla said we must shoot.
Shonda Rhimes has said we must. Yes.
Yeah. So
live shows. I really want us to do like multi-city live shows, like different cities.
Imagine.
Across Africa.
Actually.
Along with that other project of us that's in the cooking. Pot right now.
Yeah, so we'll be doing great things. Also, maybe we would have like sold one of the companies and like made like I think it for like millions of dollars. Exited for millions of dollars. Just pray for us, guys. If you know your manifestations are always true, please, this is the time.
Anyway, send it your way.
Next one.
What's the next one?
The next one is. The next one is this is I think your one. How do you deal with pain and shame?
Gosh, that's a difficult one.
It's a difficult one.
No, because the thing with pain and shame, especially shame, it's something that I'm at that point in my life where I've intentionally started to deconstruct shame, like to unpack it. Like, what is shame, right? Who has said this and this or that thing in society is shameful, right? So I'm at that point in my life where I honestly, like within the last 2 years, I've really grown into myself where I like things don't fuck with me as much as they used to, right? So I don't carry as much shame about certain things as like I used to, right? When you're younger, you're shamed for, as women, by the way, you're shamed for every life decision that you make.
There's someone who will
shame you, right? So there's shame around. For me, some of my shame was around single motherhood, but I started to unpack that and said, why is there shame around?
Why is the parent that is around is the one that is the one that's
being shamed, but the man doesn't carry that shame, you know? As a society, we shame women for example, failures in our personal lives or in our relationships. But that's still when I've sat back and unpacked and I'm navigating life now is those decisions, there are two people in the equation. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So why must I carry all the shame for a failed relationship or failed relationships? It means that the other people also didn't pull their weight. Yeah. But because of society, we place all of the burden or all of the work of relationships on women. So that's something I've stopped feeling shame around. About, but also looking at some life experiences and reframing them and saying, as opposed to feeling shame about them, what about the fact that I've learned, right? So for example, with work or opportunities that haven't gone my way, right? I'm also in this season where I'm rebuilding a lot of like my ventures.
Yeah.
After I go into my drives or into my drives and stuff like that, and things that were old ideas that I thought were ideas that failed.
Yeah.
I look at them differently now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this was such a brilliant idea. And I'm reframing them and trying to figure out how to bring them into my existing work. So they were not failures.
Yeah.
And I've learned so much in the work that I've done over my 20s that even projects that seemed like failures, I know how much experience I've gained from them. I know they've taught me skills and given me knowledge that now I'm applying to the next season of my life. And I couldn't have done that.
Yeah.
And so for one of the instances where that became I became more aware of that was recently when I was doing this program that I'm just finishing. And when I joined the class, I joined that program because I'm like, in this field, I need to get more technical experience because I have the work experience in this sector, but I want to have like the technical knowledge and skills to continue doing work in this sector, right? So from everything from being able to do the statistics and all of that around in that field. And after I got to this class, and okay, granted, many people in my program were much younger than me, but everyone kept telling me like, you have so much knowledge about this sector, and like would be in class, and sometimes one of the teachers once told me and said, but why don't you just come and teach the class? And I'm like, even me, I'm here to learn. And my friends were like, but what are you learning? Because you already know all the things. Like, what are you here to do? But unless I had failed in those previous positions or in those previous projects or ventures and just been through them, I wouldn't have gotten all these skills and knowledge that I have. So I no longer feel shame about like past failures.
Yeah.
How do I manage the pain that comes with them? I think is reframing how I view them. That way I'm better able to manage the pain, but also finding like healthier outlets and speaking to people, like speaking to you or speaking to my therapist is a great way to manage the pain that comes with, which is inevitable, that comes with.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Your next question.
Hey,
even me
supposed to answer.
Man. For pain, you guys, when I figure it out, I'll tell you. Because I honestly don't think I've not gained. I don't know if it's gained. I think maybe gained. I don't think I have the tools to manage pain healthily. Like I think from having so much pain at such a young age and not having the spaces to like go through the pain or deal with it, and it's like it taught me a very, very, which I think is a very unhealthy way to cope with pain, is to just like shove it. You get so I think for that I'm still figuring out a way to deal with that, because I now recognize that I need to figure out a healthy way to deal with it. Which I mean I'm going to be working with through therapy and stuff like that. So I think for pain, it's that I don't know yet if I have a healthy way. I can say that I have a very healthy way of coping with it. But I think even just recognizing it now, I mean, like, okay, this is what I've been doing. I need to do better. I need to think it. I think that's a starting point.
Yeah.
And then for shame, thing is, shame has never been really a part of, like, it's never been a very big problem for me. And I think this is something that we talked about, I think, in one of the old episodes, is I think because we've been so sheltered, and when we were growing up, like, our mom had this thing where it was, don't look outside. You get, like, everything that you need is in here. Like, so whatever other people think was not really any of my business. So like moving in the world, I've always moved in a way of, what if it makes me happy, or like what I was saying, like my siblings, my nephews, and like my immediate people, if it's not a problem for them. And so it's first me, if it's not, like, how do you feel? Because my mom would always ask, like, for you, how did that make you feel?
Yeah.
You get, are you proud of what you did? Not how are people, like, it was never what are people going to think, you've embarrassed me, you've done. It's like, for you, are you proud of yourself in this moment? And if you are proud of yourself, okay, move. You move. But of course it will be like, okay, yeah, I shouldn't have done that was wrong and stuff like that. So I think we had the privilege of being brought up with that mentality. So shame has never, like, on a larger scale, of course, man, you get, but on a larger scale on a larger scale, like it's never been something that follows me really. Like even my failures, like they're for me, like with me. Like I will hate that I failed, but I won't be like, oh my God, how are people going to think about this? Like I never move with what are people going to think, and I think it's that lifestyle of being, which I think we hated so much when we were younger, of being sheltered and protected, that now shows up in adulthood.
Where you can just move and on your based on how you
it's really moving with Delulu.
But you've said something like very important, like that shame or fear of failure for people is what holds a lot of them back. Like I keep saying, you see like how we've over the years we've started ventures that then fail or whatever, is people are more afraid of other people seeing them failing than the actual failure itself. Like you're not afraid if people don't know about it. Do you understand? You do it. Because how many things do we do in our everyday lives where that are embarrassing? But as long as other people don't know, you're like, I'm good. But what holds people back a lot in life is that fear of being seen to fail, not the actual failure itself. So like that's why I feel like that's why it's important to unpack shame and understand shame, and how do you see shame, or how does it appear in your life, in society around you, and how to deconstruct it. So that was that
was a good one. Well done, Kayla. Instead of asking us our heartbreaks,
what would surprise your younger self about your life today?
My career.
Really?
100%. So it's but not really, because to know me is to know that, because I mean I'm a middle child of 10 children, so I grew up super introverted. Like I wasn't the kid that was like outside playing with everyone. Like I was always by myself, always like in a corner and whatever and stuff like that. So I'm like the me really. I'm super introverted. Like the pandemic was a amazing time for me, because it meant I didn't have to go outside. You get, and I didn't have to make up an excuse of not going outside. It was like, what do you mean we're in a pandemic? You get. So so growing up, like I did always want to do something, maybe like on TV and stuff like that, but like maybe mostly behind the scenes, right? But it was like there is no world where I would be in an industry where, first of all, I'm on a podcast, like I'm in front of the camera, but also just dealing with crowds and people and managing people, like lots of people, and I have to understand people's mood swings and how they work and do this. Like I just have to be a people person. There is no world where I would be in a career that is people facing. I remember there's even a time where we were having a discussion. I don't remember if you were there, but I remember Lynette was there, I think Steffi as well. We're having this discussion about like our future and stuff like that. And I was telling everyone, I was like, no, I'm going to sit in an office, because I don't want to start a business. I don't want to deal with people. Like I'm just going to sit in an office, do my job and go. And it's so funny because everyone else, I remember Lynette was like, no, like I want to be a business person. I want to do business, because her dad was very business thingy. And me, I was like, that's not my life. Even my siblings as well were like, no, business. But then it's so weird how it all switched. Like they're the ones that are now in office, and I'm the one that's this side, like I'm doing people faces. I think that would be the most surprising thing. Like my younger self would be like, girl, what are you doing?
Like complete
like
opposite.
You get it's complete opposite of my actual personality, and what I do is like they're two completely different things.
But still, like even though I know you're an introvert, like most people don't know that, but like you really are an introvert. But like even in the work that you do, for example, events and production, I think you're people facing in terms of like doing the background work. But like people will see this chick like let's say at a concert, and people won't know that you're responsible for putting this whole show together, like every aspect, and people will just see this small girl who's looking very serious marching around the venue, but people don't know who she is. They don't know what she's responsible.
I have a hat. She has as low as
you're this. Almost invisible. Like. And that's why I keep saying,
and
like,
intentional.
But that's why I keep saying, like, people who know. Like, if you don't know, you don't know, because it's not like you're, posting yourself. And that's one of the things I used to tell you is like, you need to build a public portfolio of your work, because like you've done so much that people don't know that you've done. But that's because like you're still a background person. You're still a background person delivering
Yeah, all
these public facing, all these things in front of people, but like it's like a chef being in the kitchen. That's what you really are. You're eating the food,
exactly.
But there's someone you don't know who is cooking
and sweating. Yeah, that's exactly it.
So so it's still
like I'm still like it still works for me because I'm still not forced to think it, but still like there is no world where I would think that this would be my life.
Yeah, I hear you.
And you?
I think for me it's also like kind of like the same, but I thought growing up I knew I was always going to be a lawyer because
I remember. Like, oh my god,
everyone knew.
Yeah.
Everyone knew
Liz was going to be a lawyer.
Like even my dad, until his passing, he kept saying, "But you still have time to go back to law school." And I'm just like,
I think your dad was the one who was most disappointed.
I still kept thinking maybe I have the opportunity to. And at some point, I even enrolled for law school, like as an adult. But like between work, mothering, even just showing up in the world, like as myself, it became too much. So I didn't. I think after the first semester, I'm just like, you know what, it's fine. Like let me just continue on the path that I'm on. So like for me, that would shock me now that I'm in a different field. But I mean, I was always like even as a child, I was like a good communicator. I've always been like a good writer from when I was a child, and like a good like public speaker. So it wasn't lost on like me and my family, and maybe I could also end up in a comms career, which I did. And I call myself a lazy creative because I'm creative, but like I think I don't push myself too much as a creative. But so it's no surprise that I ended up in a communications career, which has evolved because I'm one of those people that I honestly get bored quite quickly. And I'm always looking for a new challenge. So it's not wonder that it evolved into policy and now like health and healthcare. But I've also always liked the idea of business and building something from the ground. I like building things. So building all of these different ventures for me is always very exciting. And I think that would surprise my younger self that I'm actually in the business of healthcare. And I didn't turn out to be a lawyer, but rather I'm doing health and business and the business of health. That would really surprise me. And also that non-profit side or the development side that I do, I think I knew that I would do that as a child. So I knew I wanted to work with community and give back to people. So cool. And I always knew that side of me. But like this added side, I didn't think so. So that would really surprise me.
So I've cheated. I've gone through the cards and I've seen which one. So it says, if you came with a warning label, what would it say?
It would say, beware, toxic.
Really? Why? Oh my God.
It would say toxic, highly addictive and toxic material. I swear to God.
No, at least I feel like that was like you of 2 years ago.
Really?
Not today.
Really? What would the label say now?
I think it would be for you now. I think it would be like be cautious. Work in progress. Like how they say like slow down, like men at work. It should be like work in progress because like you don't know what you're going to find there, because even you're in that phase where you're still figuring it out. I think now that would be the warning label.
You know why I say you know why I was saying toxic or be cautious I feel like either like the people either like me
or they don't
hate me.
Yeah, but that is, and that's why I say like be cautious, work in progress, because you're either going to reach there and it's like, oh my God, I love what I've found, or you get. So you go there cautiously. Don't
Tobama.
You get like Tobama, like just be cautious. Because I mean, toxic, it means like when I go there, I'm going to just find chaos.
No, I mean toxic. Like if you added highly addictive, I feel like that's a problem with addictive. And addiction could be either be good or bad. Yeah,
okay,
so like I'm one of those people. I feel like the people in my life that love me really, really, really love me as a person. Right? But then there are people who hate me. And sometimes I'm just like, I'm sorry, you found the wrong version of me. And like, I also don't fuck with you, but like, it's kawa. But like, I've also noticed like the people who love me, like really, really, really love me so deeply. So, which is also like, I'm one of those people, it's either or. I mean, I have an in between now, as opposed to before, like you were saying, like toxic, like maybe 2 years ago. Now I have like an in between. I can be like, hi, bye. We don't need to
we don't need to
build some kind of
anything
like
here.
it doesn't need to be a friendship or whatever, but
it's not
like
for by force.
it's not for by force. So that's why I said
I don't. No, not toxic. I think like just be aware. It's work in progress ahead. So just be cautious. Like move cautiously. I think for me, it would be, first of all, me. I truly believe that anyone that comes across me loves me. Like you, I cannot see any other world where you don't just fall in love with me. Like what are you saying? I'm a very amazingly lovable person. Actually, I think which is also one of my failures in life, because I truly believe you haven't made it until you have haters. And I don't think I have any real haters.
You don't think so?
I don't think I've collected real haters. Like actual haters. I don't think I've collected them yet.
But also the thing is you lay low. Like that's you're actually, even though you have such a public job and business and career,
me as a person,
I'm very low key. Like you're very low key.
That's true.
Like
that's true.
It's only people who really need to know you that know you.
It's really a need to know basis with me. Yes. But anyway, but now I'm working towards gaining haters, because that's,
that shows progression in life.
That shows progression in life. Because wherever you are. But I also truly believe anyone that comes across me loves me, because why not?
Yeah.
But I think my warning label would be also, I don't know how to think it. I might need to ChatGPT it and just so that the words can come properly as a warning label. But it's basically, be cautious also, because my feelings get hurt very easily. Don't hurt my feelings. Be nice.
Highly
be kind.
sensitive. Fragile equipment. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're Mnyarwanda, you've understood. Just you get like, it's very fragile. Just like
Mkwata.
You get Mkwata Mpola. You get. Tiana Taylor was saying the other day how that Aaron Pierre treats her. Mboya, there's guys that treat you like a boiled egg, where they just like this.
Toss you around.
Yeah, toss you around. But now for her, she's treated like a hot cup of tea. Just like this, so cautious with it, so gentle with it.
You don't spill.
You can't spill it.
You guys love my word.
For me, that's my warning label. Please, when you're coming to me, like, please come slowly.
Don't mishandle
me. Handle me cautiously. That is the warning label.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah. On that note,
we gotta
love you and leave you,
as I always say. As we always say, gotta love you and leave you.
Yeah, but guys, interact with the pages, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the pages on TikTok and on Instagram and on Twitter now.
And follow Can We Talk.
Yeah, also follow Can We Talk as well
on all socials.
On all socials.
Talk,
but also interact with the content, especially on TikTok. If Kayla decides to put a clip of me talking about men, please run and comment on TikTok if you're a girl.
See, we did this podcast for the girlies, not the hating guys. Guys are just so bitter. Guys,
I need you guys to interact with those TikTok posts, because what is not in those comments?
Maybe we should do a Can We Talk Shino's Best Edition. Would you guys buy? Tell us.
Yeah, actually, tell us.
Should we?
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, so engage with us, subscribe, share. Also, if you like an episode, share it on your Instagram, share it on your socials, on your WhatsApp statuses, in your WhatsApp groups, with your girlfriends, with anyone. Tell them to watch the podcast, discuss the topics amongst yourselves as well. Would love to see you guys discuss the podcast amongst yourselves. But yeah, so that was it for today.
That's it for today.
We love you. It's been She Knows Best.
It's not therapy,
but it might help.